Hobbies are one of the best things for men. Hobbies are big factors with your personality, your values, and your mental health. Hobbies are an important resource that gets you out into the world and sometimes puts you in a place where you can meet people for networking purposes or even finding other men with similar interests. We will go over 6 hobbies and some info about each one. The first hobby is woodworking. Woodworking is the process of creating things from wood, like tables or even decorative pieces. Woodworking is great for those who want to learn and do more things that involve production. When starting out, you might need a bit of money for tools such as saws. I would never recommend investing a lot of money initially into a hobby until you know it is something that you're really ready to invest in. You can woodwork simply in your home or attend a class that can teach you more about the basics of woodworking. The second hobby is canoeing or kayaking. This hobby involves getting out in the water and sometimes even cruising rapids. This hobby is especially great for those who like fishing or just love the water in general. When starting out, you can rent or even buy a canoe or kayak. It is a fairly easy hobby to learn, and you can join groups or even find some buddies to do trips with. It is great too because it gets you out in nature. You can cruise lakes, rivers, or even the open ocean. The third hobby is lockpicking. Though lockpicking might seem like a bad thing to be learning, it can be very useful. Whether you lock yourself out of your car or a friend lost their keys to their house, knowing how to lockpick can make these situations much easier. With this hobby, you can simply work on different types of locks and learn how to pick them using various tools. It is relatively cheap when starting out, as you can start with a basic lockpick and a lock. The fourth hobby is marksmanship. Marksmanship is the practice of mastering a firearm. This involves learning how to shoot targets and be truly skilled with a rifle. This is great for things like hunting, where you might only have one shot, so you need to make it count. When starting out, you can go to a firing range where you can practice safely with possible guidance from an instructor. Always be safe when handling firearms, as they are not to be underestimated. The fifth hobby is hunting. Hunting is the sport of going out and getting your own food through hunting animals such as deer. This sport is quite popular as it teaches important values such as patience and appreciation for the sport itself. When starting out, you should make sure you know the basics of firearms and specifically the ones you are using. Also make sure you know the laws of your country before hunting. You can also hunt with a bow, which can teach you about archery as well. When starting out, it can be a bit expensive as you will be in need of a firearm. The sixth and final hobby for this video is leatherworking. Leatherworking is the art of creating things like belts, shoes, or really anything using leather. This is a very interesting hobby to get into and takes time to learn. This is a good example of a hobby where it might be best to attend a class on the basics of it. When starting out, you can start quite cheap but be limited to more basic leatherworking. Over time, however, if you like the hobby, you can invest in nicer equipment to try more fun things. If you like this video, let me know and I will make another video discussing a few more hobbies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.